Neville79 here. I hope you're safe and well. I hope you've all had lovely Christmases or Christmas-eye or yeah, Christmases. I certainly did. You know, as usual, I had too much food, too much booze, too many board games, and too much Strictly Come Dancing. Yeah, I hope you're doing all okay. It's the day after Boxing Day 2023 here in the UK. It's absolutely rained all day, which hasn't been very nice because I've been out driving. But yeah, I just wanted to see how you were and check in and sort of do a video that I hadn't actually planned. Now, I'm not going to do a long intro. Now, some of you will be going boo, and some of you will be going yay. I could put some sound effects in there, but you know, I can't be bothered at the moment. All I would say, you know, I had a great Christmas. I had a bit of a rubbish week running up to Christmas. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see what I did to my car that involved my wheel clamp. Here's the other bits, yeah. Basically, I drove off with the wheel clamp on my car and it completely, well, it didn't completely destroy my car. It didn't fall apart, it didn't blow up. But yeah, it really scratched some of the passenger side rear arch. So I'm going to have to get that fixed. It's not that noticeable. I was obviously very upset when I did it. But I rang up my mate Dave at Craftwork and he said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He will fix it in the new year for me. So I will take the car there. Anyway, so I wasn't planning on doing this video. This video on this subject. But I was lying in bed, Christmas Day, full of Baileys. I do love a Baileys. And I started sort of looking on the old interweb about electric conversions for Boxsters. Now, why was I doing this? Well, as some of you will know, I know I'm building this car and it's going to be blue and it's a 3.4S and it's going to be amazing, I hope. Touch wood, touch plywood, touch MDF. But I also have another car. It was a part built project that I bought back in September. And so I call that project number 5. Now, again, as some of you will know, that I spent I spent a good couple of months getting project 5 up to a standard where I could go and store it. So, and it's been stored since then. And I'll be honest with you, I've completely forgotten about it. But, you know, I need to think ahead. Like a snooker player, I think 4 balls ahead. So I need to sort of think about, because this is going to be close to going to the paint shop, probably about Easter time. So maybe 4 or 5 months away. And the plan is to get project number 5 in here. And what am I going to do with it? Now, before I even bought project number 5, because I sort of knew the car before, and I knew what the donor car was, etc, etc. It's a 2.7 Boxster, 2005. It's done 106,000 miles. That is sort of not the sort of donor car I personally would build one of these RSs on. And when I bought it, you know, I just wanted to see it finished. I wanted to give it a chance of life, so to speak. Not saying the other person couldn't have done that, but you know, I had to do it, sort of thing. And I thought, well, what do I do about this? Because I know what I'm like, you know, when I sort of build things, I put my heart into it. And if I'm going to build it to sell, I shouldn't really do that. Like, you know, from a business perspective, I shouldn't really do that. So I started sort of thinking, and even when before I bought it, I thought maybe I could make it electric. Now, I'd obviously seen on the old YouTube a company called Felton, or they're now called Zero EV, and they put a Tesla motor into a Boxster 986. And it turned out lovely, and they are a great bunch of guys. I don't know them. Hello, guys. But, you know, their videos are brilliant. They show what has been done, not in great detail, but they show what they've done, and they've obviously managed to make it work, and they really know their onions. But for some reason in my head, I thought they would do a kit. But they don't. They don't actually do a kit for a Boxster. So obviously I've bought project number 5. I've stored it. I've forgotten about it. And yeah, it was only when you're lying in bed, obviously full of Baileys, that I started thinking about it again. Because I do miss it a bit. I became quite attached to it in September while I was working on it. Anyway, I was rambling on now. I was looking on the old internet and the Instagram, and I found a person. I won't name that person, but he or she had managed to, you know, at home. He's a guy like me, likes a beer, likes DIY, electronics, etc., etc. He had managed to fit one and made his Boxster 986 electric, and he absolutely loves it. I found out he didn't live that far away from me. Anyway, I read further. I've done my research, and I realised that there was a company not too far away called Drift Moto, or F1 Moto, that helped him, this other guy on Instagram, do his electric Boxster conversion. Anyway, you know me, I'm a petrol head, right? I love the noise, etc., etc. But I thought, I can't keep building GT3 RSs, yeah? You're going to get bored. You're going to get bored of me talking about headlights and roll bars and, I don't know, airlift and all that sort of stuff. I need to do something new. So I thought, well, you know, obviously the elephant in the room is electric cars. You know, there's a lot of them about now. They're still quite expensive. I thought I better, you know, bone up and, you know, learn about them. So anyway, I contacted Drift Moto, or F1 Moto, via Facebook on Boxing Day, right? And just sent a message. And the thing is, I'd already read up about stuff, and I read up about how the battery boxes fit where the Boxster engine goes. And I just wanted to know the measurements of them, because I was worried that if I was going to fit whatever they do into one of these, because I've now got a hard roof on it, that would be actually quite difficult, yeah, because of course, you know, everything that's been done so far has been done on Boxsters with a convertible roof, so you can get access to the engine bay. So I sent a message, not expecting a reply, and went out for a Boxing Day dog walk, which was very nice. And lo and behold, I got a message back about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon from a lovely man called Neville. So Neville replied to me. I couldn't believe it. Boxing Day, you know. Thank you, Neville. And I sent him a message. I was just basically asking about the battery boxes, and he sort of, because I was worried about how they installed. Did they install from the bottom or from the top? He told me they were from the bottom. Anyway, we started having a chat, and a very nice guy. And you know, I told him about who I was, and I'd done a YouTube channel. He goes, "Oh yeah, I've seen some of your stuff. I hope you subscribed." But yeah, and you know, talked about a few things, and I told him what I was sort of thinking about doing in project number 5, etc. And he invited me down. He goes, if you're off during the holidays, come on down. And he's about 50 miles from where I live. So I thought, you know what, I asked my beautiful wife, who, by the way, the BMW, I won't say her name because she doesn't like me doing that. Thank you ever so much for what you did for us all over Christmas. You cooked us a fantastic dinner. You hosted 2 days. It was brilliant. So well done, the BMW. He invited me down, and I thought, you know what, so I asked the BMW, I said, do you fancy a trip to Blue Water on Thursday? And she was a bit like, so maybe she wasn't feeling very well. But anyway, in the end, I think we've settled on we're going to go to Cambridge. And so I thought I'd just whiz down there today and see what Neville's all about. So that's what I'm going to do. I have no idea what to expect. I'm expecting a big sort of plush showroom with, you know, loads of Boxsters with Tesla engines in there, you know, something on a bench to demonstrate, you know, exactly how to do. Only joking. But yeah, so what you're going to see next is what I do tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. See you later. Bye-bye. Hello everybody, Paul79 here. Hope you're safe and well. It's the day after Boxing Day, 2023. I hope you all had good Christmases. Weather's not very nice today, but I'm going to go for a little drive in the white one to go and see a man called Neville. Now Neville owns a company called Drift Moto, and they're very experienced in electrifying cars. Stumbled across him on the old interweb and messaged him yesterday, and he's invited me down to come and have a look. Reason being, as you know, I'm thinking about electrifying or making electric project number 5. So it'd be nice to take the white car out for a bit of a run. It's going to get filthy, but never mind, it will hide my little accident that I had the other day. But yeah, so I will see you on the road. Take care everyone, bye bye.
Good morning.
So here we are at F1 Moto. Been here a couple of hours, had a lovely chat with Neville. He likes the car. Lots of stuff going on here. Lots of Boxsters, lots of Porsches I mean. That's the gap, and we've been talking about electric vehicles all morning. So here we have, what have we got here, Neville?
Alright, what we've got here is basically the silver bits that we've cleaned up nicely are Boxster subframes, the rear suspension uprights that bolt through these bolts to the chassis. Obviously the suspension arms all hang out of here in the shocks. So our kit basically bolts these Tesla motors with all the black powder coated metalwork in, and then the battery boxes that we use to take all the Tesla batteries bolt to that subframe. That's the rear box which sits under the boot floor. That's where it would sit. So that's what we try to do. So keep it all in the necessary place, and you should be able to fit all this without cutting any structure or anything of the Boxster.
Excellent.
So it keeps it all SBA compliant, all safe. Still got the crash structures. We haven't touched any chassis rails. None of that.
So should I do one?
Of course you should.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, say goodbye, Neville.
All the best.
See you later.
Take care.
Lovely to meet you. And again.
It's recording now, so crack on.
Nev, thanks very much for your time.
Awesome. Great to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Great car.
Yeah, great car, great chat. I'll see you soon.
Yes.
So I just got back. Oh my word, what a nightmare journey. Oh, it was absolutely peeing down with rain. M25. Some of the driving I saw today, oh my word. I was doing about 60, and that's probably too fast. And people were passing me like I was in the lay-by having a wee. Anyway, I've had such a great day. Big thanks to Neville. He is such a nice guy. He's really knowledgeable, funny, and you know, he took good 2 hours out of his day to just sort of like, you know, humour me with my lack of knowledge of electric cars and stuff like that. You know, he also did that filming of me arriving and leaving as well, and that was really good as well, you know. So yeah, cheers mate. He's also invited me down to one of his Porsche open days next year when the weather gets a bit better. So yeah, all round a great day. But Nev, would it have killed you to put the kettle on? I was absolutely parched. Anyway, I'm only joking. But yeah, so what do you think? So do you think I should make project number 5 electric? Should I stick a Tesla engine? Oh, it's not an engine, is it? Should I stick a Tesla motor in there? You know, from what I have seen and read, obviously today, it's something that I could do. You know, I love a challenge. I love learning new things. You know, electric is very big nowadays. You know, you can open up the channel to a whole sort of new world of subscribers. And as you know, I will do it sort of step by step, you know, to help other people achieve the same thing. It's not cheap. I don't think it's a very cheap conversion. So you guys have got to buy a few more t-shirts if I'm going to do it. But I do love the idea of the first electric GT3 RS replica Tesla thingamajig. So tell me your thoughts in the comments. I think I'm going to let you decide. You know, I'm going to do a poll. I don't know how to do that yet, but I've googled it and I can do a poll. But yeah, put your thoughts in the comments, etc, etc. Should I make an electric GT3 RS replica? So let me know. So for now, what I'm going to do, because I'm not in a particular rush, if I'm going to do it, I'll probably do it in about 6 months' time when this bad boy's gone to the paint shop and I get the other one back in. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read up on inverters, converters, reverse gear, oil pumps, chargers, amps, volts, BMS, LUU, DC, DC, AC, DC, Black Sabbath, ELO, and a load of other acronyms. I have no idea what they mean. The lot. Anyway, have a great new year, everyone. If I don't speak to you before, and take care. Goodbye.